Let's add front bangs to an anime head. Set the tube tool to snap at every point. Then use the curve to draw directly onto the head. I also like to lower tube topology. To make the hair strand look better, use the yellow dot to adjust the radius. If you want to adjust control points, turn on snap so that it continues to snap to the face. Double-click on radius to adjust the radius at every point. Here I'm going for a more pointed effect at the end of the hair and a more rounded effect at the base of the hair. It's important to shape the first strand carefully, because once we've shaped the first strand, we can use it as a template for the other strands. With the first strand selected, and without validating, with the curve option, draw other strands, and now you'll see that new strands added will copy the same shape as the first one. The next step is to roughly lay out where the strands are going to be. It might help to look at references here, and check the hair direction flows correctly. If you're doing bangs, make sure they come from a single point at the top of the head. Note they are not parallel. As you add more strands, in order to snap to the head, you might need to hide previous hair strands. Once the hair strands are in place, make some small adjustments to the radius and shape. I like to have 3 to 4 clumps in the front bangs and vary the thickness within each clump. Make sure the thin strands are aligned with the thicker strands from the side view. Since the radius is smaller, you might want to move them upwards. Also, in anime hair, there's usually a small gap between the hair strands and the face. We can account for this by selecting all the hair strands and using the gizmo to scale up. Once you're satisfied with the shape, select all the hair tubes and simply merge them into a single hair object. Now it's time for some actual sculpting. One thing I like to do is flattening the backside of hairs. So I use a selection mask to mask out the area that I don't want to change, blur it, and then use the flatten tool to flatten the backside. For the ends of the hair, if you want a sharper effect, mask it out, then use the gizmo to scale downwards. Now it will be sharper. Finally, I like to use the crease tool with subtract turned on to draw a ridge down the center of each hair strand. Here's the before and after for scaling up the hair, flattening the backsides, and adding ridges. And that's how to add anime bangs.